everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Gardening and Crocs. Hey, today we are going to get our garlic out of the ground. Now way back, I think it was November 9th, this last fall / winter, I planted this patch of garlic, which is behind me, and I'm not quite sure, but I think it's time. I think it's time we get this stuff out. Okay, we're gonna try to get this done before the pre-storm comes in. We're expecting that Hurricane Burl. I don't know if I said that right. Anyways, the hurricane that Chad's getting slammed with this morning, we're gonna see that in here about 2 days, but this is kind of the pre-storm to it. But we are going to try to get this stuff harvested. So how do you know when to harvest your garlic? Well, one, the scapes have already formed, and I've already cut all my scapes off. So that's one way you can tell. Another way you can tell, when you got the bottom leaves are turning brown. Now we've had a heck of a year here with no rain, which is why I'm excited for all this rain. You can see this is a little bit better one. Top's still green. Down here, the bottom leaves are not. We've had a lack of rain here, so that might be why some of these are not so much. The other way you can tell is just by simply digging one up. And that's what I did. It's not a huge head, but hey, we'll take it. If they're all like this, I'll be one happy camper, one happy gardener. I think that's Mother Nature and God telling me to let's get this stuff out of the ground. One thing you got to remember when you're doing this is we want to preserve the top of these because you're going to need that. That'll help out with the curing of it. So one thing you do not want to do is just go through and try to yank it out from the bottom. You really want to try to do, spend about 15 minutes, because it's going to rain, looking for your nice little garden tool that you got here. And you fight some of the weeds, and you go maybe about 2 inches, 3 inches away. Go down that rock hard, dry soil. Try to get the soil loosened up around it. Or you can just simply pull a weed like I just did. Get all that dirt off there. Pull a weed. But basically you want to kind of try to get underneath. And that'll help you pull that guy out. So there you go. That guy's not near as big as the first one I pulled. The first and only one that I pulled. But still not bad. Let's just get her done before it rains. I think I could see the rain coming. Literally see it. Let's see how many I can get done before it starts raining on me. Here you have it. We have our heads of garlic. I counted 51 of them here. So what we want to do is we want to take these guys and we want to cure them. To cure them, first thing you don't want to do, you don't want to wash the dirt off them. You can lightly get all the dirt off of them by just rubbing them a little bit if you need to get some of that dirt off. But we need to let them sit for like 3 or 4 weeks in a dry and dark place, somewhere that's got a little bit of heat, somewhere where it's not going to be overly humid. So I got to figure out where to do that. Last year I just put them back on my screen and porch, which was, for the most part, it was dry, and it also kept the humidity out because the wind blew through there quite a bit. But it had a lot of light, and the light really didn't affect it too much because it was kind of shade. And once you do get them cured, you can rub off a little bit of that excess dirt on there. I like to just keep it on there. If you want, you cut the roots off, cut the tops off once they're totally dried out, but I typically just leave them as is. Where I store them, it's no harm, no foul there. Next step, use them in the kitchen. Use them as much as you want. Use them to scare away vampires. But the one definite use that you got to use them for is to save the biggest cloves. Take one of the ones that has the biggest cloves, take them and replant, and then you'll have all this for next year and then some. If you guys are liking what we're doing here, please click the like button, subscribe, make any comments. How much garlic did you grow this year? Are you going to plant any garlic this November, October, and this time this fall? Cheers, everybody. God bless. Please give us some rain.